And we are live. Hey, you never know when this is going to end. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what peak internet is doing to prepare for the expensive or the expansion in their data stream over the next couple of days. People are going to be home, which means people are going to be using a lot more internet. So who knows? Um, we are in a crazy place in Woodland Park, Colorado. We are in a place that we've never been before. Nobody's ever done this. Nobody's ever uh, set up for this. Now, I do know that there are a lot of people that would be considered preppers, people that are survivalists, people that have been. I mean, they've been waiting out for this moment for a minute. They get to use the bunkers. I don't know if you're aware of this. I know of at least 6 secret bunkers, and I came across those bunkers many years ago, just riding dirt bikes through the woods. Some of those woods now are blocked off. Some of those woods you can't even get to, but the amount of bunkers in the area do exist. And so people who have prepared for this moment, you get to go camp out in your bunker for 14 or 15 days. What's going to happen in Woodland Park, man? I can tell you this, that there are some businesses that if they have to close their doors for 14 days, 15 days, they will not reopen. And so we really need to come together as a community. And, if you need a new set of guitar strings, go over to Rocky and Roll and get you a new set of guitar strings. Or this is a perfect opportunity to spend some time in the woods. My girls just went. They're quarantined on hiking trips now, so they're going quarantine hiking out in the national forest. And so stop by the Gear Lab, go pick something up for your outdoor stuff. I know that people are freaking out worldwide, nationwide. People's jobs are canceling. People are losing their jobs. People are being put on extended leave. I didn't design my life to work from home because I wanted to be quarantined or forced to stay home. And so this is even a weird time for my situation and just to see where things are going to go. This morning, though, I got to meet with the superintendent of our schools, Steve Wolf. I actually set this meeting up just a few minutes before they closed down the schools. I had called Steve to set up a coffee with him, and he was like, man, I'm about to have some time off. And I found out that they were going to close down the schools here in Woodland Park. And so today, this meeting was more about, hey, what do the schools need as I run for this political office, understanding that we may not even have elections. They could, if the post office closes down, we ain't even gonna have elections. And so we are literally moving into this weird time that we've never been in. So it's gonna be a great time for you to get to know your neighbor. Maybe you haven't spent some time with your neighbors. Listen, if your neighbor's got the virus, you're probably going to get the virus. So don't freak out. Maybe have a barbecue outside. The weather's turning. We're going to have some good weather here in the next couple of days, and have a block party or something. I've been thinking about having a quarantine block party here with my neighbors. And so we got to keep the gathering below 50, so don't come crash our party. But this is really a time for Woodland Park to come together as a small village, right? Nobody wants to go to Colorado Springs or Denver or spend time in big groups. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to meet your neighbor, because you still social distancing is probably more detrimental than any virus, but this is a good time maybe just to go talk to your neighbor, knock on the door, go for an extra walk, meet someone, go outside, spend some time at the parks. We definitely have the national forest to take advantage of. And so spring is right around the corner. I'm getting the boat uncovered and getting my fishing gear ready to hit the quarantine out in the middle of the lake, even if I got to drive to Pueblo. But I'd love if our reservoirs would unfreeze a little sooner, but take a breath. Today I was at Cafe Leo. Cafe Leo is very much open for business. The place is spotless, and you can roll in and roll out. The corporate places are turned into drive-through only. The human being, just right over here would be a great local place to support, as far as that's a locally owned franchise right there. Cafe Leo, same thing. Starbucks is Starbucks, whatever. But you know, have a coffee with someone that you maybe wouldn't have had coffee with, or you know, set up a meeting with someone that you haven't seen for a while in town. Take this time that people are being quarantined and set home to actually maybe meet face to face with just one or two people. Okay. So, you know, just a way to think a little differently. The schools are going to be fine. They're set up that I asked him today about their online stuff, and he said it wouldn't be ideal, but if they had to go for extended period of time, they have the online set up for secondary schools. The elementary stuff they'd have to work through with people. So kids, don't freak out and think you're going to get behind. The school is going to take care of that and work through things. You might have to do some extra homework or something, but it was fun to learn a little bit more about our schools. And when we get through this situation, um, the school needs some things. The school needs some assurances from the city, in a sense of, the city's been talking about doing some stuff that will drastically affect. And there are candidates you need to know about that drastically, if they are put into office, they are going to they could potentially drastically affect our schools. And so, if we do have an election, vote Michael, the Underground Dalton. That's number one. Number two, you need to really pay attention. Go back and watch the candidate forum. Listen to the answers of some of these candidates, because some of these candidates, if elected, will drastically affect the Woodland Park schools if their little agendas go through to cut funding to the school. And so I just encourage you to take this time to get to know maybe a little bit more about what's happening in these elections. There's some mayoral candidates. If Val Carr's elected, he's going to ruin the schools, and that's the bottom line. So when I vote for anyone but Val Carr for mayor, that's all I can say. And yeah, so you need to know what's going on, because this pandemic could distract enough that people don't really pay attention, or people don't even vote because they forget. It's going to be a mail-in ballot. It's going to come to your mail, so pay attention to your mail. And then there'll be drop-off boxes where you don't even have to go see anybody. You'll just drop them off. So even if we're under quarantine, you can drop these things off. So, if you care about Woodland Park, you got some time, read through the ballot initiatives, understand what the ballot initiatives are all about. If you have questions, you can always message me on the Underground. If you want to meet for coffee, hey, my schedule is open. Message me on the Underground if you want to meet for coffee and you're not going to freak out. I'll come to your house. I'll wash my hands. I'll, hand sanitizer it up. I'm a healthy young man. I have no symptoms of any sort of sickness. So if you want to meet with me as a candidate, you can reach out to me via the Woodland Park Underground. You can also find my phone number pretty easy, my email address. I get inundated with emails, so Facebook Messenger or a text message works best if you want me to come meet with you and talk to you about any of your concerns you may have in this upcoming election. If you want to meet via video chat, candidates, hey, you can't go shake hands, and a lot of people aren't going to be having you come to meetings. They're canceling. Hey, if you want to get candidates, if you want to get your message out, you should call the Underground, because people watch the Underground. You should come on the Underground podcast and Talk to us about what you're going to do for Woodland Park. Even if people don't elect me, they need to know what you're going to do. So, see what's up. So, y'all vote Michael the Underground Dalton when it comes to council. Don't freak out. Say hello to your neighbors. Your neighbors are going to need, everybody's going to need some support. It doesn't matter who you are. From again, from the mayor to the homeless man, people are going to need help in Woodland Park over the next few months. And so let's pull together as a village. We ain't got to save the rest of the world. That's the truth. We don't have to save the rest of the world, but you might be able to help save your neighbor. So remember that. Remember that over the next couple of weeks. That say an extra hello if you see your neighbor. Make a point to run out and wave at them. You ain't got to break social distancing. I'm not telling you to break the rules. I'm telling you that this is a great opportunity to connect with the people around you. So go out and do that. Peace. Vote Michael the Underground Dalton for council. We'll see you guys later. We're going to get through this. We're going to make it. We will survive.